you box good, you can do this, you got this over him, you're gonna have to tighten up this, you're gonna have to do this. You know, it's a conversation. It's not just, oh man, you'll whoop his ass, you'll do this to him. It's never like
yes
that.
man type
You know
stuff.
what I mean?
Crawford, when he has, with a person that has a big IQ like that, if you do enough weights, you know, and you stay working for a long time.
Terence Crawford talked about his first chat with Floyd Mayweather after starting his Canelo camp. He said Floyd gave more than praise, he offered detailed advice. Mayweather respected Crawford's talent, but told him to stay alert against Canelo's experience. The conversation was serious, strategic, and filled with mutual respect.
That's a big boy. He's strong. You know, you box good. You can do this. You got this over him. You're gonna have to tighten up this. You're gonna have to do this. You know, it's a conversation. It's not just, oh man, you'll whoop his ass. You'll do this to him. It's never like
yes
that.
man type
You know
stuff.
what I mean? It's like, hey, listen, you know, that's a dangerous fight. You know, but
That's the fight.
if it happened, you know, you can win, but you're gonna have to be on your A game.
Floyd Mayweather recently joined Terence Crawford's camp and even trained with him to improve his sharpness. Mayweather was clearly impressed by Crawford's grit and technical style. He even called Crawford the top fighter today, admiring his focus. Their training wasn't for show. Mayweather truly sees Crawford as capable of beating a dangerous opponent like Canelo Alvarez. You could feel the respect and the intensity of each session.
Right now, in your opinion, who's the best fighter in the world?
We can put Tank up there in the top 10 in pound for pound. He has to be somewhere in pound for pound. And Canelo done something that is amazing when Canelo was able to go to light heavyweight and become light heavyweight champion. Something that I didn't even see him going up that heavy, and he did that. So, but as of right now, I have to put Terence Crawford as number one.
Ranked number one, Crawford has always respected Mayweather's approach, not just his ring skills, but how he handled his career. Over time, that respect grew into a real connection between them. Crawford often receives small pointers from Mayweather and values them. He doesn't just listen, he applies the lessons seriously. Their relationship is deeper than advice, built on legacy, ambition, and a shared pursuit of greatness.
But I know how you is. You be sizing niggas up, bro. Keep it a stack. Did you in your head size up Floyd? Like, you know what I'm saying? If we was ever... Keep it real, boss. Keep it real.
I'm never that type of guy. I think that's some grimy shit. I always been happy for him, been a fan of his, and I never imagined us fighting.
Yeah.
I never looked at him like, man, I know I'll be this.
But you capping, bro. I never thought like fantasy fight me versus Floyd, nah.
Never. I never just was with a person and looked at him like, man, I'll beat his ass. Never. That's some hating type shit to me.
You like plotting.
I ain't never been that type of person ever.
In every recent camp video, Crawford looks locked in and focused. He's taking the Canelo fight very seriously. His strength, footwork, and technique are all being sharpened. Everything in this camp is designed to meet the demands of facing someone bigger and stronger. His sparring, drills, and prep show he knows what's coming. He's fine-tuning everything to be ready for whatever Canelo does. Mayweather caused controversy when he brought up Canelo's past issues with using performance-enhancing drugs. He asked why media outlets don't criticize Canelo more harshly. Floyd hinted some fighters get treated differently than others unfairly. The comment sparked debate across boxing circles. Some agreed with him, others saw it as unneeded drama. But Floyd's words reignited old talks on fairness.
But what we don't talk about is, Canelo. steroids. Y'all don't talk about that. So we don't know. We really don't know all the fighters he beat. He could have been not clean in a lot of fights.
Mayweather didn't just hype Crawford. He gave a true breakdown of what's required to beat a fighter like Canelo Alvarez. He looked back at his own fight and stressed strategy over aggression. He told Crawford to stay smart and patient. Floyd admitted it's a tough challenge, but said he believes Crawford is the one who can actually pull it off.
Terence Crawford jumping up from 154 to 168 and beating this quote-unquote version of Canelo Alvarez would diminish the accomplishment that Floyd Mayweather accomplished beating his version of Canelo Alvarez. Is it two different versions of Canelo Alvarez? And obviously, Canelo Alvarez is 62 wins, 2 losses, 2 draws, 39 big wins by way of knockout. He's a first ballot Hall of Famer. He is obviously bigger. When Floyd fought him, it was at 152 catch weight, but it had no rehydration clause. So you might as well just say it was at 154. Now, two things they have in common is that Floyd Mayweather was 36, 37 years of age. Terence Crawford is 37 years of age, going on 38. So he'll be 38 when he fights Canelo Alvarez. Floyd had already had 2 fights at 154. He had the fight with Miguel Cotto, and he had the fight with Oscar De La Hoya.
Instead of ignoring critics, Crawford faces them head-on and directly. He knows people worry about the weight jump and strength Canelo brings to the ring. But he treats those doubts as motivation, not something scary. His confidence isn't cocky, it's earned through preparation. Crawford isn't just fighting, he's proving a point and aiming to silence every doubt.
That's a fight because of the challenge. Yeah. I love the challenges. And I love the people that, I hear them now. You too little. You know, Canelo gonna break you. He's gonna stop you. You come from 147, that weight too big, this and that. I can hear it now. And that just excites me to go in there and just be like, okay, let me prove him wrong once again.
That fight would be gigantic. If Canelo gets through Jermell and then you guys fight, that fight would be gigantic.
And it's crazy because, like, in the past interviews, I was like, man, Canelo too big, man. It's weight classes for a reason. I was like, nah.
David Benavidez has strongly backed Crawford to beat Canelo Alvarez. He says too many people are underestimating what Crawford has. In Benavidez's opinion, the mix of focus, toughness, and skill gives Crawford a real chance to shock the world.
The Ring magazine, which is owned by Turkey, reported that Canelo and Crawford have agreed to the September date and that it's essentially on. What is your I know this has been rumored and talked about, but now it seems like a done deal. What's your reaction to this?
It's a good fight. You know, it's a good fight for both of them. Good fight for, I think it's more important for Crawford than anybody, you know, but I think if anybody could beat Canelo, I think Crawford could.
Yeah, I know you said, like, he could be the guy. What kind of a chance do you ultimately give him?
I think you give him like a 7 out of a 10.
Oh, wow, that high. I thought you were going to say like 25 just because of the size.
Good. Crawford is good, and of course. I think he's been known that he's going to fight Canelo for a long, long time. And, you know, Crawford, he likes to pick up the weight. So I'm sure he's been working on the weights for a long, long time. So, you know, Crawford, when he has with a person that has a big IQ like that, if you do enough weights, you know, and you stay working for a long time, you know, you have a puncher's chance.
Shakur Stevenson says Crawford is the better fighter, no doubt. He often talks about how much he respects Crawford's skills. Stevenson rejected claims that Crawford's too small for Canelo. He says people overlook how strong and physical Crawford really is. Jeff Mayweather also praises Crawford's ability, calling him more complete, but still warns against overlooking Canelo's danger in the ring.
Yeah,
what do you say about that?
I think skills pay the bills.
Yeah.
And I feel like, truthfully, he's not as little as people think. Like, people think he's, like, very small.
He cut weight to get to 147, 154.
Yes. Yeah. He's not as small as, like, people think. It's just he look like it.
Yeah.
So, like, if you see him in
person,
and he get on a scale or something, You wouldn't believe that's his weight.
I told somebody the other day he might get on the scale weighing like 166, 167 fighting Canelo, and people wouldn't believe how ripped up and cut up he'll still look. He won't look like he's overweight Terence Crawford. He gonna look like a solid Terence Crawford.
I think he beat Canelo though. I've been saying. I remember when he fought when they fought. Go watch an interview after the fight. I literally said I think Terence Crawford would beat Canelo.
Okay, I wouldn't say that.
Oh, a long time ago. Yeah. No cap.
I did tell him after the Spence fight. I said, "Man, go get Canelo. You the greatest. Yeah, this era
for sure.
Yeah, it's no question.
No question. Yes.
Actually, back to the you and Terence working together. Because you've shared everything you've learned from him. There was fans doing their homework in the Avanesian fight and in the Spence fight saying, actually, it looks like Terence may have taken a couple things from Shakur as well, not just Shakur taking things from Terence.
No, that's for sure.
Ariel Helwani made a sharp observation about Canelo's recent form. He noted signs of aging and raised questions about his speed and movement in fights. Meanwhile,